We are on the line this morning with Jill Gonzalez, who, because of a Wallethub study, reached out to Jill to try to get some more information about this as we talk recreation and just how available is it to us in our area, and what are some of the things that people are doing around our area for recreation. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Jill, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here today. You know, Jill, our forecast today from AccuWeather, partly cloudy, becoming mostly cloudy, which it's been cloudy all day, showers and a thunderstorm possible and a high of 76 degrees. Not the best weather for getting out and getting into some recreational activities, and that seems to be what holds our area up most of all. Nonetheless, we end up number 34 in the rankings of, 100 cities for recreation. So we're not so bad here in our area, are we?
Right. So we looked at the 100 largest cities in the U.S. of many different things. Pittsburgh ranked 34th, and that's across entertainment and recreation, but also costs, and then things like quality of parks and weather.
Mm-hmm. And weather was where we suffered the most, and we don't have the best reputation in terms of weather. But then you look at other things, and our highest ranking comes in entertainment and recreational facilities. Develop that for me. What's that all about?
So that, I think, is what most people think of when they think of recreation, everything from the number of attractions to things like basketball hoops, baseball and softball diamonds, tennis courts, swimming pools, all of those more so recreational things. And then intramural leagues, so basically access and opportunity here.
Yeah. I look at some of the subcategories that really help to define how it is that this study comes together. Things like the cost of bowling in an area can be used as a metric. Going to a movie, things of that nature. Here's Pittsburgh with a really high ranking in the number of coffee shops per capita, which is an interesting idea as well to help understand recreational opportunities and the folks who take advantage of them. The cost, though, is kind of interesting to me as well. We're right in the middle of that with the cost. It's how is it that we're able to get out and about and do the things if it's going to be too costly for us? So do we just then say, well, it costs too much, I'm not going to do anything?
Well, no, not necessarily, but I do think it's good to know, especially in this season of relocation and things like that, where does it cost more to essentially be active and be out and about? So we looked at that on both the individual level, but also on the city level. We looked at things like spending on parks and recreation per capita.
Mm-hmm. When there are prohibitive costs, are there alternatives for us to doing some of those more costly things that we have to pay admission to, or we have to pay for equipment costs or things of that nature? Are there alternatives?
There are. There's lots of low and no alternatives. That's why we include things like biking trails and hiking trails and things that don't cost people money, which I think more and more people discovered through the pandemic.
Here in Indiana County, of course, last year, we were the proud possessors of the Trail of the Year, our Ghost Town Trail. We've got the Ghost Town Trail, the West Penn Trail, the Hoodlebug Trail, those Rails to Trails opportunities. Those have become really, really big, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. It's people looking for those no and low-cost opportunities for recreation, which I think, people are still working from home. People are still traveling a lot. So those trails become hugely important and very popular.
Yeah. Now, quality of parks, Pittsburgh ranks are right in the middle of that as well, and we would include Indiana County in that because we're right next door. So the quality of the parks, what are you looking at when you're looking at whether a park is a high-quality one or maybe something that needs improvement?
Essentially, we look at the share of population with walkable park access. We look at the share of parkland areas, park playgrounds, and acres of parkland, just sheer how much of it there is. So a lot of it comes down to access.
Mm-hmm. And one of the interesting things to me about all of this and this particular study as well is the various benefits of recreational facilities. It can really help an area's economy, can it not?
Yeah, exactly. That's one other reason why we're looking on it. It really does raise value when you're looking at property, when you're looking at the city itself. Parks help people stay fit. So that could save them money, almost $1,500 in health care costs per year. So a lot of this is not only comes down to your own wallet, but the city itself.
Jill Gonzalez is with us here on Indiana in the Morning. We're talking about a Wallethub study of cities for recreation all across the nation. And Pennsylvania ranks number 34 out of 100, or Pittsburgh, I should say, ranks number 34 out of 100. And that is the closest city here to Indiana that we study. It's just a few miles away. And so we look at these things and we see that it can help an economy. And as you say, Jill, there are other benefits. And those health benefits can't be underestimated, can they?
Right. So that's what's saving people at the baseline a lot of money. Last year, I think it was such a saving grace, too, kind of pulling in some more things. And when we're just looking at parks in general, they reduce the overall costs of air pollution by about $4 billion per year. So at the city level, that's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. When we think about the costs and the various opportunities that are available for us when it comes to recreation, obviously, the more you have and the better access you have, it's better for your area. Are there things that we can do then to boost the benefits of the parks, whatever our ranking is in this? Are there things that we can do, either advocacy from state level in terms of funding or volunteering and things of that nature?
Yeah, just in terms of access, parks can partner with everything from school systems to universities to other types of businesses to kind of share facilities and really get the word out that way. As long as they're there, they should be used.
Yeah.
So boosting just access with existing parks is usually easier than building new parks.
There are a lot of metrics that you looked into. There were 48 different factors that go into coming up with the ranking, and it always interests me because Wallethub comes up with these. And when I look into the subcategories and a little bit more into the way that you did the study, it really fascinates me that you choose these factors as some of the metrics that help you to understand what's going on within whatever is being studied at that time. Are there some hidden ones or some that we might be surprised to learn help us to understand, in this case, recreational activities for an area?
Well, we included entertainment and recreational facilities, depending on your definition of recreation. So that's more attractions, music venues, those coffee and tea shops you mentioned, in addition to, I think, what most people think of in terms of recreation, like the tennis courts, etc.
Yeah, I understand. All right, well, terrific. Jill, thanks so much for spending some time with us, helping to explain this study. Number 34 is not so bad. There's always room for improvement, though, isn't there?
Exactly, and we do this annually, so there's a chance of moving up.
We'll try to remember this number 34 from this year, see if we can do better or worse or about the same. Thanks, Jill.
Anytime, thanks.
Have a great day. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.